The restaurant was almost empty when Aisha stepped out from the kitchen carrying a bowl of warm soup. The evening rush had ended, and only a few customers remained scattered across the tables. She was exhausted, her feet aching after a long day, but she kept a gentle smile on her face. That was something she always did. No matter how difficult her own life was, she tried to spread kindness. At table 7 sat an old man in a wheelchair. His hands shook, his head leaned slightly to the right, and his eyes wandered around as if searching for something he could not recognize. Aisha had noticed him struggling earlier, trying to lift his spoon but failing each time. No one was with him, no caretaker, no family member, just silence and confusion. Aisha approached him softly. "Sir, would you like me to help you?" she asked. The old man blinked slowly, then gave a tiny nod. His movements were weak but sincere. Aisha pulled up a chair beside him and began feeding him gently. She blew on each spoonful to cool it down and spoke softly, keeping him calm. "It's okay. Take your time. You're doing great." She didn't notice the tall man at the entrance watching her with frozen eyes. Zaidan, one of the youngest billionaires in the city, had just returned from an international trip. His assistant had picked him up from the airport, and on their way home, they decided to stop by this quiet restaurant for a quick bite. He expected a peaceful meal, not a scene that would shatter him. Because the man being fed by the waitress was his father who no longer recognized his own son. Zaidan stood still, his chest tightening. He had tried to give his father the best medical care money could buy, but because of his work, he wasn't always present. Guilt had been following him for months, and now, seeing a stranger give more care and tenderness to his father than he had in a long time, he felt something break inside him. When Aisha wiped a dribble of soup from the old man's chin, Zaidan finally walked forward. "Excuse me," he said quietly. Aisha looked up quickly, almost startled. "Oh, sir, I was just helping him eat. He was struggling." Zaidan nodded. "I know. He's my father." Aisha's eyes widened. She immediately stepped back. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to—" "No," Zaidan interrupted gently. "Please don't apologize. I should be thanking you." The old man looked up at Zaidan, and for a moment, something flashed in his eyes. Recognition, or maybe just comfort. Zaidan kneeled beside him. "Dad, I'm here." The old man raised a trembling hand. Aisha watched the moment quietly, her heart softening. After settling his father, Zaidan turned to her. "I saw how you treated him," he said softly. Like he mattered, like he wasn't a burden. Aisha shrugged lightly. "Everyone deserves dignity. My mother was sick too. I know how hard it can be." She didn't go into details, but the exhaustion in her eyes told a whole story. Zaidan noticed it. "What's your name?" he asked. "Aisha." "Well, Aisha, you don't know what this means to me." She gave a polite smile and excused herself to check on other customers, leaving Zaidan watching her with a conflicted heart. After dinner, Zaidan carried his father to the car, but before leaving, he went back inside. Aisha was cleaning a table. She looked up. "Is everything okay, sir?" Zaidan hesitated, then spoke slowly. "May I ask, why did you help him? You didn't have to." Aisha sighed. "My mother used to say, when you serve someone who cannot repay you, God repays you in ways you can't imagine. Helping him felt right." Zaidan had heard many nice words from people trying to impress him, but these words felt real, unpolished, natural, honest. His assistant came in. "Sir, we should go. You're meeting tomorrow." Zaidan raised a hand to silence him. He was thinking hard. The next day, Aisha returned to the restaurant early as always. She tied her apron, swept the floor, and began preparing for the morning shift. The manager called her over. "Aisha, someone left this envelope for you." She frowned. "For me?" "Yes, a man in a suit dropped it off." Her pulse quickened. She opened it carefully. Inside was a letter and a check that made her eyes blur instantly. She sank into a chair, gripping the paper with trembling hands. It was enough money to pay her mother's medical debts completely, enough to free her from years of struggle. Her heart raced as she unfolded the letter. Aisha, thank you for treating my father like a human when the world often forgets people like him. This is not payment. It is gratitude. Your kindness changed something in me. Zaidan? Tears rolled down her cheeks. She quickly wiped them and looked around to make sure no customer had seen her crying. But that wasn't the end. Not even close. That evening, Zaidan returned, this time with his father and 2 other people. Aisha greeted them shyly. Good evening. Zaidan smiled gently. My father wanted to come back. He said the kind girl makes him feel safe. The old man nodded slowly, his eyes softening when he saw her. Aisha pulled up a chair for him and helped him settle. As she adjusted his napkin, his shaky hand touched hers lightly, a silent thank you. Zaidan's heart warmed seeing his father so calm. After dinner, Zaidan approached her again. Aisha, I want to offer you something. She blinked nervously. What is it? A job at my company. Her jaw dropped. Sir, I'm just a waitress. I don't have special qualifications. But you have something that can't be taught, he said softly. Compassion, responsibility, a kind heart. I need people like you. Aisha froze. I don't know what to say. Say yes, Zaidan said gently. You deserve a chance. She looked at his father, who gave her a soft nod. Then she looked back at Zaidan, who wasn't acting like a billionaire, but like a grateful son. Finally, she whispered, yes. Weeks passed. Aisha joined Zaidan's company. She was trained, supported, and valued. She worked hard, and for the first time in her life, her future felt stable. Zaidan continued bringing his father to the restaurant once a week, just so his father could see the girl who had once shown him unexpected kindness. One afternoon, as Aisha guided the old man's wheelchair toward the garden outside the office, Zaidan watched from the doorway. His father smiled. Aisha smiled back. And Zaidan realized something. Sometimes kindness is more powerful than money, and sometimes a simple act of feeding someone can feed a broken heart too. Aisha had no idea that her one moment of compassion would change everything. But that's exactly what happened next.